Hi, I'm Zara.
And I'm Faith.
And we would like you to
sit down with us
every
Wednesday.
Yay! So as we're coming to the end of March,
I know.
sad
It's
times,
been a good month.
It's been a great month. I feel like we've had some great conversations, great reflective moments, and we're going to have even great talks today. And before we get into that though, if this is your first time watching / listening, please remember to like, subscribe, add our podcast to your favourite podcasts on your list, and just let us know how you're finding it.
Yeah, and also let us know what you want us to talk about. We've got a lot of things coming up in April of what you have already come to us that you want to talk about. So we're listening, we're ready.
Keep the ideas coming.
Keep them flowing.
Because we're not going anywhere.
No, we're here to stay.
Yes, we are.
So for this podcast, we are going to talk about the perceptions and stereotypes, but within fashion and cosmetics and within that industry.
We're very excited for that because, as you all know, what we mentioned previously, we are part of the industry ourselves. So obviously I knew a thing or two before it, but now I can see it and appreciate it in a different lens as well, which is great.
I think because we're now behind the scenes of it all, we really see how it all unfolds and what's actually happening behind the scenes and what people want. And a lot of the time it is authentic inclusivity. Like so many brands are actually pushing for that and wanting that. And I think being part of Zebedee also really helps. Another shout out to Zebedee.
We love Zebedee. And I feel like we're going to sound like broken records to keep talking about Zebedee, but let's be real, if it wasn't for Zebedee,
we wouldn't be a thing.
No.
So this
Zara
would be a thing, so you're welcome.
No. But my mind blank.
But I think the fashion and cosmetics industry has changed dramatically. I mean, we've all seen the 2016 trend go around this year, like looking back to how we did our makeup.
Oh my gosh.
Like dreadful. Like
block brows.
Yeah, I was drawing on my brows with like a Primark pencil and it was horrific. Horrific. And that was a girl that didn't know how to draw her eyebrows on, who was losing eyebrows at the time. So yeah.
But I'm loving the clean girl aesthetic.
Oh yeah, at the moment.
I wonder if in like 10 years time we'll look back at this and be like, what were we thinking?
Yeah, but ever since Zara Larsson though, it's going back to like extra.
Awesome.
Yeah. Have you not seen
her? No.
How have you been? Have you not seen her tour and her makeup on tour?
Oh, yes. I was like, for a minute, I was like, what's she done now?
Yeah, like that's now becoming such a powerful thing. Not the smoky eye. I think that can stay back in 2016.
I am partial to a smoky eye sometimes.
Not as harsh as it was back then.
No, yeah.
But a little smoky eye is cute.
Yeah.
But yeah, Zara, it's all about colour and it's all, it's stunning. The gems, the jewels,
Just have
love
fun with it.
The highlighter.
Yeah.
But I feel like obviously people get blush blindness now. We're going to have highlight blindness in like a year's time and be like, oh dear,
100%.
that was a lot.
I personally feel like I do have blush blindness.
Blush, I don't think so.
Do you not?
No.
Maybe not today, but usually I'm like,
I get highlighter blindness.
Do you?
Already can tell.
I don't use highlighter.
Do you know?
No, I'm too oily.
Maybe
natural oil, natural highlight.
Natural highlight.
Which is not great sometimes. If you've got oily skin, you know what I mean? It's not the best. But
yeah, I'm always like a combination. I'm different every year. Like the year changes.
It does depend on the time of year as well, doesn't it?
Personally.
Do you want to talk about...
We'll talk about something a little bit that wasn't fashionable and was not supposed to be in the industry. It was Britney Spears. Not her as a person, but her bald head all those years ago.
2008? I
think
Britney
so.
Spears.
Yeah.
Everyone knows.
Still talk about it to this day.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it all the time. Did you have a Britney Spears moment?
Yeah.
No, because if I did, I'd be famous and I'd be singing. Like, no, I didn't have a Britney Spears moment. What are you on about?
No.
Yeah.
It's just a negative connotation.
So if you don't know, Britney Spears at one point within her career, and there is a documentary and film about actually why it came about, but she ended up shaving her hair. And I think to just take some more control over her life and her look. I believe that's why and what she did.
Yeah.
But people took it as a Britney Spears moment and put a negative, almost influence onto that phrase.
As if like if you have a breakdown, you have a Britney Spears moment, hair's gone.
And I think it's also come from stress. And people say that when you're stressed, you pull your hair out and that causes hair loss, when it's not entirely true, which we did speak about a few podcasts ago. And we will discuss a lot more in terms of where alopecia actually comes from and how it happens. But no, I think people thinking that stress and hair pulling is craziness.
No,
it's not. It's really not. If it's hair pulling, which is trichotillomania, that is like a compulsion and an impulse. It's the same thing as nail biting, skin picking. It's under the same kind of sphere. And then stress can cause hair loss. Not normally the main factor, but it can cause hair loss. Or be like the substitute factor to what's actually going on. And the Britney Spears moment was, I think, just highlighted a moment in time where bald wasn't cool, bald wasn't beautiful. So that's how much the fashion industry has now changed, which is beautiful to see.
Yeah. I mean, with me, one moment that literally brought tears to my eyes was when I was just randomly scrolling on Instagram on a random weekend, as you do, and I saw Sophie Morgan. I hope to God I've got this right, but I'm pretty sure her name's Sophie Morgan. And her basically being behind the Primark mannequin. I'm literally just going to be throwing words out there. My mind's gone blank.
Do it.
Basically, long story short, Primark has brought out a disabled/wheelchair user mannequin, and I believe Sophie Morgan was kind of behind that.
Love.
And and honestly, basically, I was just scrolling and I saw this picture and I was like, at first I thought it was AI. I thought it was an AI mannequin. I was like, this would be cool. Because I've always said, like we've said in previous episodes, I would just love to see someone in the jeans and the top and for it to look good so I can see what it looks good, if it looks good on me.
Yeah.
And when I saw that, I was just like, this is great. Like, I instantly was like, literally went to my nearest Primark just to see it.
Love that.
I mean, bit of reality, it wasn't there at the time. It wasn't there at the time. It is now, but I was too quick with it. It wasn't necessarily
too
there.
Off the mark.
Yeah. But yeah. And as well as that, Gymshark. And you guys know, if you follow me on Instagram, I love my fitness. I mean, I'm not going to call myself a fitness influencer. Not at all. I don't know the first thing, but I love to stay active. And I think I especially like it because a misconception about disabled people is that we just sit on our bums all day, no movement at all, and we can't do anything. And the fact that we're in a wheelchair means we're like fully paralyzed, which is a myth that we've busted before. But I like to stay active. I like to push myself to a certain extent. Don't get me wrong, I will not be joining any high roxes anytime soon. But if I did want to, I could. And that's the point. And so me being interested in kind of the gym wear and all that, and obviously Gymshark being one of the main brands of sportswear, and the fact that they've brought out wheelchair mannequins, and I believe amputees, like amputee mannequins.
Yeah, and that's actually in the Trafford Centre.
Yeah.
I swear it is, unless I've dreamt it.
Yeah.
But I swear there is much more of an eclectic mix of mannequins now.
100%.
To show. Also
great.
to show that fitness is inclusive.
Yeah.
Like, it's also should be generalised to everyone.
Yeah.
Not just for the one specific type of person. So even fitness influencers and fitness models have become much widespread and more inclusive.
Like, as we said, High Rocks, if you didn't know, there's High Rocks that's adapted to disabled people.
Wow, I actually didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And
I like
again,
that.
if you didn't know, a wheelchair user can do a marathon. Obviously not walking, like they're not going to make a wheelchair user walk to do a marathon, but like a wheelchair user in their wheelchair can do a marathon.
I think people, when it comes to fitness, they forget Paralympics is a thing.
Yes.
Like, come on now, you can't have the myth that people that are disabled are lazy, because there's literal
100%.
Paralympians showing you that
it's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
as much as not every like able-bodied person is an athlete, there is obviously going to be some disabled people aren't Paralympians, but it is possible. It's out there.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's cool.
I just thought, shout out to those two brands, and if you ever want to work with me, please please do, because I actually love that, and it was like it really hit home, and it's just it means a lot just to like see that representation. Like even if I wasn't thinking about, even if what they're selling doesn't necessarily apply to me, just seeing that representation
is really pure.
Yeah. It's normalized.
Yeah.
And that's what we're here to do.
And needed as well, because it inspires you as someone that can then identify.
Yes.
Because like one big push for me to accept my alopecia was following people online that look like me. So if you are then just out and about shopping, doing your thing, or even just scrolling, we all do it, you know, as much as we did do like a month ago with self-love and digital detox, we all do scroll
we still do both. Yes. In moderation.
But if you are scrolling, you see someone that looks like you, it's so inspiring to know that, you know what, you're not on your own.
No.
You're not in your own bubble. There's other people that look like you and are like you and act like you and have the same issues and problems as you. And so when you see that on a more, I don't know, competitive scene and global scene,
and as much as like obviously that's not going to be a cure to your disability, it's just, it's there, and it's like it normalizes it, but like normalizes it in a way that like it's okay, like you are disabled, but the world is inclusive for everyone. You're not in a world made for able-bodied people, which I think is a great message that I personally take from something like that.
I think as well, fashion. One of my first modelling gigs with Zebedee was with the Trafford Centre, and it was for their autumn-winter fashion campaign, and I thought it was very authentic and very true to, I guess, Manchester as well, because they got people that were all different. Every single one of us was different, from ethnicity to religion to disability to physical differences. It was incredible, the shoot.
Love that.
All walks of life were there, and we're actually getting someone from that shoot on next week, which is very exciting.
Yes, we've got a great month coming, guys.
Yes, and but I just thought, if 10-year-old me saw like bald me on a billboard, which by the way I was on a billboard, what the hell, that was crazy. Like this is another story, I'll tangent back to that. But I was driving into Manchester, I think I was going to, I don't know, someone's house to film something, or Little Lady Locks for a charity event, and I was driving on Mancunyan Way at the end, and there's a billboard. So I saw myself on that billboard, nearly caused a car crash. I did not know what to do with myself. I wanted to stop.
Did you not know you were going to be on there?
No. I wanted to stop and take a photo, and I was like, I need to ignore it and keep driving, or I'm going to cause a crash. Like,
you should have gone when it was rush hour.
I know. It was incredible to see that. But even as someone that I knew I'd done that shoot, but just to see it on a billboard, not just myself, but so many other people.
And imagine how anyone else, like maybe a child with alopecia, would feel having seen that.
Well, that's what I'm going to say. If I was 10 years old again, I saw a bald model or a bald person on a bald woman on a screen, on a billboard, that would massively have changed my perception from what the doctor told me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, telling me to hide myself, bald isn't beautiful, to then seeing that in a fashion industry, which is very cutthroat, very hard to get into, and it's also probably more competitive than anything I would ever have known. So incredible.
That's
but
crazy.
That experience really showed me how much inclusivity is needed in fashion to change people's perception of who the clothes are made for.
Like, as much as it's great that we talked about the wheelchair user mannequins and all that, now there needs to be one more step with actual wheelchair user models or people with differences as models. And I think that's a big conversation that I'm going to say not necessarily every director out there is ready for.
No.
And I just think, as we've probably mentioned before, it's just easier. Like an able-bodied person, it's just easier. For example, if I go into the studio, they need to think about an accessible toilet for me. They need to think about a step-free access. And these things are, as someone who's able-bodied, you might not necessarily even think about. But as someone who is a director, they need to think about those things. And it's just, I'm going to say it, extra costs for them. And as sad as that is, that's what it is. But we need to get to a position where
it's a norm.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be like something to think about. It shouldn't be a bullet point. It should just be the norm. 100%. I think I really want to see this more in the fashion weeks.
Yes.
Because I think fashion weeks are so artistic. As much as it is about the fashion, it's so much about the art and their craft and the creativity. And you see it all the time, the actual designers using the models to showcase their look even more. And I think, you know, I've seen it with models with Vitiligo. They've really used their, you know, their
difference.
Their difference to show how beautiful they are through their clothing. And I think it's done as well. Another model that came from America's Next Top Model, I think her name's Jenna. She had alopecia. She went on in a wig. They actually decided they almost helped her not overcome the alopecia, but accept that her baldness is beautiful. Not sure whether because of America's Next Top Model, whether she was ready for it at the time, but she is now a bald model now. And she does go bald and with wigs now when she models. But seeing her, as I think I was quite young at that time, and that was a big thing for me, seeing that so young as well, and how actually baldness is beautiful. And continuing from fashion, especially Fashion Week, I am sure it was this brand anyway, I think are absolutely incredible. I haven't seen a brand like this before. They are called Totem. I'm going to link them down below, and please go check them out because they are an all-inclusive adaptive fashion brand, but it's a brand that really prioritizes fashion for people with a disability from a range of disabilities as well, again proving that not all disabilities are the same.
Definitely.
And their work is incredible.
One of my favorite parts of that website and them as a brand is they're seated.
Yes.
Guys, disabled people specifically in wheelchairs, there's a seated section on their website. I'm sorry. What a game changer.
I know.
That's crazy.
I think honestly, this should be the movement going forwards instead of like different trends like polka dot, like rich money, like I don't know, clean girl. Those trends are cute, but very general.
Yeah.
Why can't one be seated?
Like, I'm sorry, like you don't even have to I mean, it would be great. Please work with us. You don't have to have a wheelchair user model. Sit down on a chair.
Yeah.
There's chairs everywhere. Take one, sit down, take a picture.
And also,
job's done.
And like how many people actually work from home, sat down?
Yeah.
It's like, why? It's a market that
people at one time in the day sit down.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
So just a bit of a shout out to them. And they don't know me personally. Like this is nothing to do with any sort of endorsement or advertising. No, I just think that every time I see them on Instagram or just look at their website, I am obsessed. And I love it so much.
It is important to talk about brands like this, even though we're not getting paid to speak about them. It is nice to speak about them because it kind of maybe more brands can take initiative from them, but also a lot of people might not necessarily know about them, and you should.
And I think it reaffirms as well what is missing.
Yes.
So yeah. Like I'd always said, I would love to see a bald woman on Victoria's Fashion Show or something. Like I would love to see a bald girl in wings, me. But
manifesting.
Yeah. But yeah, I think representation, that is incredible.
100%. And speaking of kind of fashion / beauty, one moment that was really significant to me was walking into the sets of Refy, which feels crazy to talk about. And hopefully, well, if I'm talking about it now and if it is in the podcast, it would be out.
Yes.
And me kind of just seeing myself being in that set where the rest of the models were able-bodied models and they were like your typical kind of people you would see, and then there's little old me. And like at one point I was just like, this is crazy. Like, what am I doing here? Like, it was so mad. And seeing my picture, like the end result, like it was even more like this. Obviously, because it was a beauty shot and it was surrounding something to do with beauty, you couldn't necessarily see my wheelchair. And I think a lot of times people think when we want to be included, we necessarily want our disability to be on show. What we're trying to say is, yes, we're disabled, but that's not us. That's part of us. And we're not and when we're different, that's part of you, not all of you. And it was nice for that brand to acknowledge that, yes, I'm disabled, but I had the look that they were looking for.
Yeah.
So they hired me because of that. And with it being Refy, and not to kind of go on about Refy, and trust me, I'm not being paid to talk about it right now. It was a brand that I'd always kind of stuck by for the past 5 years that they've been out. And to be part of that campaign really meant a lot to me on like so many different levels. So big shout out to Refy.
And I really hope it's out so that I can actually keep this fit in, because it's, I think, even you talking about it, I think it was incredible.
I'm just, it was just one of the best experiences of my life. Like, obviously I've been involved in other shoots and other campaigns, but that was one of the ones that, like, I'm gonna sit my grandkids down and talk to them about it. It was just great.
So pure. And I think continuing on the cosmetics, I get asked a lot on how I do my eyebrows, because eyebrow pencils, sorry, not sustainable on my face. No, I don't have any eyebrows. So if you can see on YouTube now, if you're watching this on like a video platform, you can see I have eyebrows. They are fake. Sorry to break it to you. They are tattoo transfers.
They look great.
So think of like children when they get cars or butterflies, like tattoo transferred to their arms or their shoulder. Exact same, but mine are just eyebrow shaped and on my face. And there's 2 brands that I use a lot. You can get them on Amazon, very very simple on there, and they're kind of like my backup ones, just because they come in like a larger pack and it's the same style over and over again. But there's also Demuse and Zara Jackson Cosmetics. I use those 2 a lot because their eyebrows are very unique and just not as general as the ones on Amazon. But on terms of,
I was gonna say, I feel like we've done a lot of shout out to different brands today.
This is gonna be a lot in the description.
But like we said before, it is good to shout out these brands that like provide. Oh gosh, where did my accent go then? Who is
She's
she?
coming back.
Who is she? I think it's good to shout out these brands and like put them out there, because it's good to be nice, and other brands should take note.
Yeah. You know, it's also where the fashion industry and cosmetic industry is going as well. Yeah. And it's gorgeous to see. Beautiful to see.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that for us.
But I guess just to wrap up the episode, and I guess the whole month,
I've really enjoyed this month.
Yeah, we've really opened up perceptions, stereotypes, myths as a whole. And I think these are the main ones that almost hold people with a disability or people with a difference back.
Yeah, because I think, as much as we like to say, as much as I like to say, people's opinions don't matter, they have an influence on you to a certain extent.
Yeah, and it's a reason why everyone focuses on, like, you could have 1,000 positive comments, you get 1 negative, that's all you're focusing on for the rest of the day, week. Literally. Like, honestly. So, but when you see someone with the same physical attributes as you on a platform that's quite big and going to be seen by so many people, it really means a difference. It really makes a difference. No matter whether it's good or bad, it makes a big difference. 100%. And so I think definitely what I've taken from the past few episodes is everyone has an opinion. Doesn't always have to be heard.
No.
And
it's good to stay quiet on things you don't know anything about.
Yeah, 100%. But also, we're not done. This isn't a tired topic. This is an up-and-coming, only just starting topic.
And we would love to know your guys' opinions on everything we've talked about. If you haven't still joined the conversation, we'd love to know your thoughts on comments and things, etc.
Yeah, because there are so many stereotypes, even now, that are being broken and being proven wrong. And it's so good to see that.
I love it. I'm like, yes, you pop off.
Let's go.
Exactly. And on that note, to introduce and give a sneak peek about April, we're going to have a few of people who are within the industry that we've just talked about.
Yeah.
Fashion and beauty and all things modelling, who are going to be part of Zebedee.
Yeah, as well. Yeah.
And so we're going to have some interesting conversations with them.
Yeah, some really cool characters on for the next few episodes.
Yeah, if you've got any questions for them, let us know.
Yeah.
We'll ask them.
Yeah. Or even if there's any advice that you want watching this, thinking, oh, I'm wanting to, I don't know, I have a dress for prom and I don't know how I feel about going with this company or XYZ or what design to go for, shout out. Like, we're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be big sisters.
Big sisters in the disability and difference community.
Love it.
And just in general, because we're just 2 little girls. Little girls.
Little girls.
We're little girls in our 20s. Oh my God, 27. I am knocking on 30, guys.
The drama.
Oh, God.
Zara.
That wasn't really like, Zara. What's going on? But no, can you believe, guys? No.
It's been great.
It has been great.
Yeah.
April, we're ready for you.
We are. Anyway, on that note, I hope you have enjoyed this podcast, listening or watching however you have. And
we hope to see you back in April.
Yes, bye.
Bye.